Seems to me that if you were interested in children, you wouldn't go on an adult-only site that has adult activities, particularly if you're very young, you're a teenager, you don't have a lot of experience, and you're going to throw yourself in the middle of that. I can tell you that I taught were a lot more savvy than that. Still, the research that I've read says that about 5% of the traffic on those sites are teenagers, not young children, teenagers. And I only say that because they at least have a little bit more moxie and a little bit more desire to be daring. And then you have the cops. Why do they go on there? And they are increasingly the ones that make the approach. And increasingly, the way they show predisposition is they get you to meet with the person. So when I say get you, they badger the hell out of you. So when you're on a role play site and you are like some people we've encountered who have an interest in a particular person who's an adult, and that adult says at the last minute before the meeting, oh, can you bring something for my child? Or can you bring something for my nephew or something, because I can't get out? And so you show up with condoms and maybe lube for your so-called date. And this other person, this child, is supposedly there, and you have a toy. Well, then they get you on that basis. Since many people meet online, are you necessarily involved in child exploitation because you did that? I mean, there's so many scenarios I can go through. We can talk about the Romeo and Juliet cases where you have somebody who is 17 who has a 15 or 16-year-old girlfriend known to all the parents. The parents get angry. They take away the 16-year-old girl's phone, turn it over to police because she sent some naughty picture or something. They don't know what's going on. They're particularly conservative, and the police wait, as they have done, till the young man, whom they have already identified, is 18, and then they arrest him for child pornography. And we have one case in Stafford County where the girl sent a bra and panties picture of her, and it's more tasteful, those who have seen it, something that you've seen in a Victoria's Secret catalog. So this is something that is pretty extraordinary when you think about it. Why they would go about doing this, I don't know, but they do. And it seems like an awful lot of work if you have pedophiles on every street corner. And why wouldn't you hang out at student rec centers? Why wouldn't you have more people alerting others, authorities at school, as I have done in a couple of cases? Why would you go on an adult site and weave this elaborate scheme where you initiate the scheme as a law enforcement officer? You approach the person, you bring up sex, not the person on the site, and then after maybe 100 messages, you bring up having some underage person involved. Why would you do that if all you were doing, as police say, is just hanging out, waiting for something to happen? That's a question more of us need to ask. It's not that we don't want to keep our children safe. It's why are we allowing police to go out of their way to create a crime when there's so much criminality around us?